Good day. This 115th day, meaningful moments, 365 days. The meaningful moment today is about involvement. So you might be asking, well, involvement, what does that mean? Well, I'll share with you a little bit about what transpired yesterday and then what kind of started the ball rolling that led to this meaningful moment of involvement. So yesterday, if you'd seen on Meaningful Moments, there was a share about going out and doing a little bit of cleanup that was happening around our pond. And that came kind of through a string of days leading up to Earth Day, and then activities that we could do and involving the community and getting more awareness, things like that. And there were some individuals who had expressed interest, etc. But when it came down to it and being out there yesterday, we really didn't see a lot of people that engaged with that. And we were out there doing that cleanup. And we spent probably about 2 hours. We're amazed at how much work that both my husband and I did with, the big contractor bags full, 4 of them, of garbage. And in the interim, it did raise awareness in terms of our management coming out and taking pictures for their social media. And then there were some neighbors that stopped by, and one in particular who was real interested, but she didn't know that that was happening and had something else she had to do. But it did get some response, and there were cars going by and kind of slowing down to see what it was that we were doing and all of those kinds of things. The one neighbor that had stopped by was like, well, thank you, thank you for what you're doing, kind of thing. And it really wasn't about the thank yous. It wasn't about getting recognition. It wasn't even really about uh, you know, motivating people to do something. And it wasn't even about the condemnation of all the way it's happened, that garbage got out there and how it happened, because people will say, oh, it's the wind that blew it. But if you have a bottle this big and weight on it of 5 pounds, it probably didn't get blown by the wind. If you pick up plastic and it just disintegrates, it's been there for a while. And our Mother Earth is just continually trying to reclaim it all somehow, and layers of leaves and compost, all those kinds of things. But the whole part of involvement was really simply this: it called to us. And I'll reflect that back out. If it calls you, that's when you know to act. So we see lots of things happening in the world, and some people are proponents of, like, if you focus on that energy and you engage in it, then you're promoting it more. That is true if you're focusing on that energy. If you're prompted inwardly from your own self and your own being, and this is the careful part, and what I mean by that is the care you give to the attention of where that's coming from. If it's coming from emotion, if it's coming from that trigger of like indignation, injustice, righteousness, that's somehow connected, not completely to the core source of what's motivating your reason for wanting to do this. If it is propelled by that, then you know that there's some clearing that can be made so that it really comes from a purer place of your intention. So that involvement is connected with intention and that calling within yourself that prompts you to activate your intention, as opposed to being activated by emotions, belief systems, judgments, right, wrongs, accusations, whatever they are, condemnations, because all that is a different kind of energy that moves it forth. And what we're really looking to do with our intentions is to make real shifts and changes. So when I was doing that today and really, thinking about this piece coming to talk about the involvement that we have with whatever activities are involved in life. And we're called to different things. Some of us are ones that have to speak to this issue or that one or whatever, but it's how we engage, what our intention is that lies beneath it, and what is the shift that we're wishing to see, rather than just try to make people see our way or convince them or force them or tell them how stupid they are. Um, these are the things that entrench us, that further connect us into that energy that doesn't allow for real transformation to happen. So today, simply thinking about that involvement, the intention, because it spoke to me, it spoke to my husband. We enjoy that walk over there and going past that area, and now it's free of that garbage. And the cool thing about it was that as we were finishing up our couple of hours, there was another family that came out and had no idea that that's what we were trying to get promoted all week long. They were just coming out because they've been doing that, and they live in this area too. So we know that the consciousness is there, and we know that it expands not just through us, but collectively, kind of invisibly, um, through what exists, all around us. The fact that I can look out my window and know, like, I can already perceive that energy is different, that's the way it speaks to me. And there's this thankfulness not only in myself for this beauty I get to see, but I feel this reciprocity also from the earth, and the fact that we took the care of our intention to be connected, to feel that blessing that we each are receiving from our care going to our earth, and from how it gives to us. And that's the underlying piece of the intention and the love. So for all that you are involved with in your life, may it come from your purest intention. May it have that meaningful moment of connection for you, and for the fulfillment of you and it as one. Oh, hey.